That one's okay. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. All right, hello everybody. I got to come on early today because as I told you, I'm going to make this Amish dry beef casserole. And we got to let it soak. So I'll come back later, probably about 5:30. It is almost 12:30. Okay, so what I did so far, let me make sure you're on here first. Hold on 1 second. And then I gotta wash my hands, y'all can see it. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so let me wash my hands up real quick. So what I did here was, when I got up this morning, a little while back, about 2 hours ago actually, I, hold on, I got water all over my tablet. Okay. What I did was in here, I put 2 cups of uncooked macaroni. I put 2 cans of cream of mushroom and 2 cups of milk. Now, I did use almond milk, but you can use regular milk. It's either or. All right, so now what we have to do, and I had to let it soak for 2 hours because we got to get they soften the noodles up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add a ½ pound of dried beef. And in Florida, we can't get dried beef like you all get. We can't get that here. So we have to get it in these jars. Anybody up north, anybody up in PA can get it already. Like dried beef, but we can't get it here. So when I Googled it, it told me about, I'm going to see how much that is. I'm not going to open that one up yet. So I want to see how much that puts in here for this dry beef. I might have to add another one. It says 0.5 for, when I Googled to see how much a ½ pound was. So I have a little over 0.5 there. So we're going to try it and see. I don't need all this onion either. I only need part of it. Oh, you sent the other ones for something else. Oh, and I got my ice cream out here, which actually came out good. I checked it yesterday. I just didn't have time yesterday to show it to you all. But I did check it yesterday. So I got to chop these onions up real quick. But yeah, so the first batch I made, it was good, but it wasn't like this, and that's because we got to put everything in with this now. That's because I didn't let it get cold enough. So make sure when you make it that the mixture that you warmed up is pretty cold. You know, I put mine in the freezer for about 15 minutes, and now this came out really good. I'm trying to let it soften up so I can show it to you real quick. So, this is a very simple meal here. It doesn't take long to put it together. The most you got is waiting for it to soak. It takes like 6 hours to soak. So, that's where most of it is the soaking process. So if you're home one day and you want to try this, like I said, the most that you got to do is let it soak, because you got to put the macaroni, the milk, and I will be making a recipe card for this. The macaroni, the milk, and the cream of mushroom soup. You got to put that in first and let it soak for 2 hours. And then you're going to add everything else to it. So, it's supposed to have a half a cup of onion. I'm looking at it that this one side will be a half a cup. So, it might be a little more. It's no biggie. Like I said, if you live here in Florida, it's hard to find dried chick beef here. But I get mine in a jar at Walmart. It looks like this. Armour makes it. It's the only one I could find around here. So, we used to have friends that come down and visit once in a while, and they used to bring some down for us. But, or if we go up, we can get it too. So, but, okay. So, here's this. Like I said, Amish are very simple people. They don't put a lot of spices in their stuff. So, back then at least. I mean, this is an old recipe. Then what I do, I need 4 hard-boiled eggs. Sliced up. I know I could have had all this prepped, but I didn't, so. Okay, let me turn this over here. So I need 4 of these. And like I told you before, if you want to do hard-boiled eggs, the best thing to do is to get them out, let them sit out, get to be room temperature, and then put them in your pot with water and boil them for 10 minutes, and then bring them out, drain the hot water, put cold water in it, and then put ice on top of it so it gets really cold, and let them sit there. That's the best way to do it, that they don't get all chewed up. So, I mean, everybody has their own way they do things. I'm trying to rush here, so, because I got to get this in. I got to get this in, this stuff in so it can soak. All right, one more. All righty. And then we need some shredded cheese also. So, and I have some in there already shredded. I might shred up just a little bit more. All right. So here's the eggs. You just got to chop these eggs up. So actually, in reality, it wouldn't have mattered if they were in good condition or not, because they're just getting chopped up anyways. But I gotta watch, this little knife is pretty sharp. I gotta sharpen all my other knives up. They're in one of those sharpener things, which I paid extra for years ago when I redid my kitchen. But it really doesn't keep them sharp. You know, it's hard to sharpen them in that thing, so it really was a waste of money. So, okay. There's one. Like I said, you got to put 4 eggs in here. Let me see. I don't make sure I don't have any. Let me try it this way. It might be easier. Okay. And then try it this way. Just a rough chop. Like I said, I'm going to start trying to make more Amish food. Actually, with the way food is right now, the prices of food, a lot of Amish foods is a lot cheaper to make. Because they're not real fancy people. I'm only probably going to do it twice a week. So I work tomorrow. I probably won't be back till Tuesday. So I might do it between 2 and 3 times a week. But no more than 3. I can't keep on doing it more than that. There's the third egg. Alrighty, and this is the last egg. I know I usually have this stuff cut up, but like I said, I was had to watch my church service this morning. I have to. I watch my church service, so I always watch one on Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Keeps me straight. Okay, so there's that. So now we need the beef, the dried beef. Now, usually dried beef is drier than this, but they already have this one. And that's one of the reasons why you have to soak it for 4 hours. But also, you got to try to get those macaroni softened up because they're uncooked. They're in there uncooked. So I want to see how much this makes. If I don't think it has enough beef in it, I'll put that other one in. So I'll probably stir it up real quick and see. Okay. Alrighty. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday. I'm not used to doing it this early, so. But that's okay. Like I said, I'll be back about 5:30. Because when I get this all done after it soaks for another 4 hours, then I have got to, let me get a spoon. Then we have got to, I'll show it to you. Let me pull it over here. Then we have got to put it in the oven for an hour at 375. 325. I think I'm going to put another thing of beef in there. One more. It won't hurt it then. Alright, like I said, it's supposed to be a half a pound, so if you can get the regular dried beef like that at a deli counter or butcher shop, you would want a half a pound. But I'm going to put this last one in here. It's very simple, very easy ingredients. That's what I said. Amish people they don't do a lot of seasonings. I am going to put a little bit of salt and pepper. Not salt, because actually the chipped beef or dried beef, we call it chipped beef, but the dried beef has pretty much a lot of salt in it. So you really don't need a lot of salt. Alrighty. And you need a cup of about a cup of and you know what, I'm not even gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna about a cup of, you should use sharp cheddar. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and that I already had done up, so let me get mine. And this is all it's going to be. I'm going to take and mix all this together. I'm going to put the lid back on it, and I'm going to let it sit here till about 4:30. Then I'll put it in a preheated oven, 325, for about an hour, hour and a half. What you want to do is you want to get it that the noodles are soft. So that's what you want. And the noodles are getting soaked up by that milk because there's not a lot of milk left in there. So, all right. I'll show it to you here in a minute. So what we're going to do is then, like I said, we'll wait 4 hours. We'll put this in the oven, and then we'll bake it for about an hour, between an hour and a half. So when you do put it in your container thing, you really should like spray it with some Pam or something. All right, so this is what it looks like. I'm not a fan of dried beef, so I just want to make sure y'all can see it. I have my thing right here. So that's what it looks like. Like I said, the noodles are already getting a little soft. They're still hard, but they're getting softer. So I just want to make sure y'all can see it. Somebody said I don't show enough food to y'all. So like I said, now this has mushroom gravy, uncooked macaroni, milk, dried beef, onion, shredded sharp cheddar, and 4 hard-boiled eggs. This will feed about 6 to 8 people. So I'm going to put the lid back on this. We're going to let that hang out for another 4 hours. I'm going to put it in about 4:30. Here's the ice cream. And it came out amazing. I did check it yesterday. So let me see if I can get some out. You have to let this thaw a little bit. So and I want to show you. It comes out just like ice cream. Let me rinse that off. I don't want the chocolate in it. Okay. Like I said, if I do anything differently, I would use smaller chocolate chips. That is what I would do differently. So there you go. Of course, I'm going to have to try a little bit. So here you go. Here you have the Biscoff butter with chocolate chips. Now, that one there, I did use heavy cream, and I used my mixer and mixed it till I got peaks in it, which doesn't take a long period of time. It takes a little bit longer, or you could use Cool Whip. Make sure it's cooled down before you put the chocolate chips and the whipped cream in it. And then here's the chocolate with the butterscotch chips. This one here has Cool Whip in it. And of course, you know, I gotta try it. So, like I said, you gotta get it out a little bit, see it? That one's good. And this is the chocolate. That one's really good. The chocolate's really good. So is the other one good. If you like Biscoff, you like that one. So there we go. So it does work. No churn ice cream. I already put the, I already stuck the recipe cards on there. Super simple to make, and it's really good. Should really try it. Okay, there you go. I'll be back about 5:30 with the finished product here. Like I said, this is Amish dried beef casserole. So I will be putting the recipe card up. I probably won't put it up until after I show you the product. There is a couple of different ways to make it, but they're pretty much all the same. So some of them you can let it sit overnight. Actually, if you wanted to, you could do it and just let it sit overnight. But that's entirely up to you. And then you could put it on 350. I might put mine on 350, I think. But 325, 350. But there is, like I said, a couple of different kinds. I mean, they're all the same pretty much. It's just some of them let it sit a little bit longer, a little bit less. But you got to get the macaronis. And if you're up north and you get dried beef, your dried beef is really hard. So, all right. See you back here at 5:30 if you're coming back right around 5:30. If not, have a good Saturday. Have a great weekend. Stay blessed, and don't forget you are loved.